are, week 6 of the Redaction. Just past midway point now. Just the 3 of us again this week. How you doing, Jets? How you doing, Matt?
We managed to scare Alex off.
Well, I guess
Is he still recovering?
He'd probably need more than 1 week for a recovery as well. Plus, it feels a little bit weird because it's Wednesday night we're doing this, so
yeah, it was good to have him on board though. Good to have a fresh face.
It was indeed. Hopefully, he'll come back enjoy the experience and come back for another one at some point.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Indeed, and maybe 1 or 2 more by the end of the season.
Yep. So, here we are, week 6. We had a bit of a struggle trying to find some games this week, didn't we? But we got some to come and have a little look at. What we'll do first is we'll have a look at our little predictions and see how we went. So, first one we had was Matt at the Scorps. Not the Scorps, Anacondas. So yeah.
Matt, I got ridiculed for my prediction.
You did.
I was too generous.
You went in super confident, and how we whole
decent.
wished. Yeah, we wished that. He's gonna get it. He's not, and then it was pretty much bang on. Yeah, the poor Anacondas. Dearie me.
Mate, you beat those buggers up. You absolutely beat them up. You left him with an E and 2 Gs.
2 Gs in a game. I mean, and he already had a G already, didn't he, on one of his guys?
Yeah, he's had a G since week 3. Who hasn't recovered since week 3? He's still on a G.
Yeah, well, who knows if injuries are actually working this week?
Well, they're supposed to be fixed now.
They're not. I got one back injured again afterwards. Luckily, they didn't coach him this week, so.
I've got the injuries that came through on my game that initially didn't pull through to my roster have now pulled through.
Yeah, so
I've got no injuries, and then one's gone back to a B. So.
Yeah, I think I saw Dave post the same, that he got an injury back on someone who had recovered a level. So yeah, I don't think we've maybe seen the last of that before the next deadline. So hopefully it's not going to be too.
But how do you game?
Tricky
How do you game plan? How do you game plan if you don't know? If you've got as many injuries as Dave has, for instance, which ones do you? Do you just not play anybody that might be injured? Do you, right with me, I've only got one guy that's gone back onto a B. But
I mean,
Dave's sorted them anyway. He's got them all on injured reserve. His injured reserve is heavy.
Yeah.
3G. I don't think I've ever seen 3 Gs on one team ever.
No, that's harsh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's your fault though, mate. You've just put an E and 2 Gs on him.
Well, you're a bit of a rival.
Which one's picked up? Which one's picked up the injuries for him?
His returner and
McCoy.
his starting defensive. No, Sufferance. Our old boy, Sufferance.
Oh yeah.
He must be.
He's not a big player anymore, but his starting defensive tackle, hit a G, and his starting defensive end hit an E. So his D line has been absolutely rinsed.
He's only got the Avalanche this week.
3 days.
Only.
Yeah. So, I'll think what Johnny will do this week.
He'll run it up the middle.
Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah, no, I don't actually, because
I need to give him a hint somewhere.
Yeah, I mean we can have a little look at that in a bit, but I think Johnny picked up a injury this week as well, didn't he? On Hill, was that this week or was that?
Yeah, he's on an E. Yeah, he's on an E.
Yeah. So
It's
He wasn't really
Shane.
easy. Ooh.
That's a shame because the best he'll be is a D next week.
Yeah, so he's on injured reserve.
yeah. So here we are
Rest
then.
of his roster's okay.
So having a look at this game then. Was it just business as usual then, Matt, or was there anything? Yeah.
He actually went 3-0 down, actually. It didn't actually look that great in the first quarter. They just seemed to just constantly put points on throughout the game. After the first quarter, I was starting to get a bit worried, especially when they went 3-0 up. I was like,
Had you on the edge of your seat for 7 minutes, eh?
yeah. Till we scored a couple of TDs and I was all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasson went into business mode by the looks of it.
Caught a few.
With his 23 average. That's normally. Is that what he normally got against you, Jez, or was that 40 average he used to get against
Oh,
you?
he put up wherever he wanted against us.
Yeah. So yeah, Galloway still 56. See, this is the thing. I'm putting in I'm looking at putting in a deep zone, and I haven't played deep zone since the Big Sky because I just used to find it absolutely soul destroying just watching it incompletion, and then bang one a go for a while, and you'd be like, oh, okay. It's not nice. I much prefer, although short zone feels like you don't get that, that opportunity to get those same kind of breakaways each time. It was always nice seeing more completions.
You prefer the death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so 56%, which isn't too bad for a deep zoner. Yep, so you absolutely smashed him. You got pretty close on your prediction as well there, 44-10.
Yeah.
No, it was too generous. Too generous.
Too generous.
Too generous to the Anacondas.
Yeah, well, they missed out on that score. So yeah, so nice one there, Matt. Good result for you.
I'll give you that one, Matt.
You're getting good at these road wins now. Have you won more road games this season you've done in the previous 3?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I've got the Sharks away this week, so hopefully that's another one. So
Should be.
Oh,
Right.
did you upgrade on the team bus or something? Have you? They're travelling in a bit more style now. Is that what it is?
they're at the caravans. That's right.
Yeah.
You've got no room on your roster for any more travelling free agents, have you?
There's no more available on the free agency list. I've gone through the entire list.
You've cleaned them out.
Right.
Right. So yeah, big win for you there. Let's move on to the next one then. So this is Sonics and Comets. So we all thought this was going to be pretty close with Jez being the fence.
Oh, I wasn't far off though.
All right. 24-22. Whoa, absolute smasher.
Great game.
Yeah.
Sonics find a way again.
Yeah.
Even with 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Got up a shitload of yardage though in the air.
Yep. Yeah, so we talked a bit about that last week, whether that big sale, big trade out from the Comets to their cornerback is going to hurt them. Maybe it did.
I don't think Bill will be selling the farm at the end of the season. I think there's too much. There's too much showing for the Sonics at the moment. They're a young roster as well, so they'll only be better next year. And they're already looking like they've got a really good chance of winning the division.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
and that first score from the Comets as well was special teams. So again, it's they've only managed to get in the end zone once. Was that
93-yard kick return.
Yeah. 1 safety, 2 field goals, and a TD in the 36 minutes for the Comets. So But yeah, close game.
Special teams points there for the Comets. Love a safety. Who doesn't love a safety?
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I had one.
Yeah, and I mean the Sonics there as well. They've lost that turnover battle and still managed to come out on top. So
Way as well. Yeah.
good game. The Sonics still spreading it around.
Don't get me going on turnovers, by the way. My team in the Atlantic have given up 25 turnovers in the last 4 games.
I'm just going to double check with you. Your team in the Atlantic or your team in the Empire?
My team in the Empire
Right, okay. Just
have given up
checking.
25 turnovers in the last 4 games, which would have been even more had we not recovered as many fumbles as we did. Anyway, different league. Let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not go there. We don't want to trigger another league
We're
while they're
not
sitting there.
we're not gonna digress
Yeah, I don't want to
that
go
far.
down that route.
We hardly digress much within our own league, let alone into another league.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah, good win for the Sonics. Bill with his 5-minute dabble into I'm going to blow this up. Maybe he's changing his mind. Picking up some wins there. I think these two are still. Well, he's still definitely in the race.
It was a tight score as well, but it was a dominant performance. It would have been a bigger score, I think, had the turnovers been a bit more even.
Yeah, I mean that passing game's just looking epic for the Sonics, isn't it, at the moment? So it's looked good in all the games. Doesn't look like he's got again, it doesn't look like he's got the fear of if one of these players goes, he's going to be in trouble either, because it seems like he's able to got short zone passing game and he's using those wide receivers, but his tight end still picking up. 3 wide receivers used, 2 tight ends.
Yeah,
White
no,
as well. So
coming on nicely. His quarterback's only year 1 as well. Well, age 1.
yeah.
He's coming on, and he started as a level 4.
Yeah. And again,
Understood his top.
because this Comets offense as well, and the passing that they're putting together there. I traded Marcus to the Comets. I know that he was at age 1, decent level. He already had a short zone wide receiver that he picked up the season before that he was looking to build around, I think it was. So again, seeing them getting shut down to 136 yards. Good work.
I think the one thing that Bill might want to will want to work on is his pass protection, because his quarterback got sat down 8 times.
Yes, indeed.
But if you can still put up a performance like that, 400 plus yards with 8 sacks and 5 turnovers, pretty impressive.
Yeah, 3 of those
on the road.
3 of those sacks were an OB as well. So Comets must be blitzing a little bit there.
Blitzing on the outside.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. Right. So what was that? It was 24 what? 22.
22.
Ooh.
See, my fence sitter wasn't far off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not too far away. Matt went the wrong way. Alex was right as well. But yeah, I'm gonna claim that one. Right. And then let's move on to the final one that we had there, which was the Spartans against the Rapiers. How did that go for you, Jez, against Golden Caretaker?
Significantly smoother than I envisaged it would.
This is
Yeah.
This is your nearest competition in the division this season, right?
Yeah, we've only got them once away, so that was it. So yeah, it was important that we didn't get turned over on that one, and you just ran and ran. 12.7 average. Happy days.
Yeah. 14.
Defense stood up enough. Game plan worked. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
3
I
points
think the
behind
Rapids
you.
I think the Rapids are just a team that can beat bad teams quite easily, but then a couple against decent teams are getting found out big time.
Yeah. Anything with a half decent defense, yeah.
Left a few injuries on me though. That was the only downside of it.
Yeah. What did you pick up this time?
Panja picked up a B, which is all right. That's manageable. But one of my guards picked up a G, I think.
Danforth.
No, a D. Danforth picked up a D, and
Clark.
one of Martin Clark, who's a special teamer, really,
Right.
but he comes into passing plays. He picked up a C. Nothing anacondas like. So, yeah, we'll have to manage those.
Yep. Don't think we'll see many violins playing for you, but yeah.
Everyone has them.
Absolutely. So there we go. So didn't bother turning up until the second quarter, but once you got rolling, smash the points up on the board, eh?
Yeah. Just feeling it out in the first quarter, just sussing it all out, and then second quarter we were like, okay, let's go now.
Let's go. Yep. Right. Okay. Anything
It was
else
a bit of an odd
standing
one.
out?
It all came in the last minute of the second quarter as well. We scored 2 touchdowns in the 29th minute.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Touchdown in, cheeky turnover, another touchdown next play.
Oh,
That was a bit of a rogue minute, that one.
just those ones you like to see just before the half time.
Mm.
Yep. Okay. Well, yep. Nice win. Another one-sided affair. It's an exciting week. Week 5. Blowout. Nice tight one in the middle. Right. So 52-10. Matt had you down as. I had it down as a 1-pointer. You had it down as a 3-pointer. Alex with a 35-25.
I will have to give that one to Matt.
Yeah. All right. If we have to. If we have to.
I'm pleased to say.
Yep. Okay.
I had
So.
more confidence in the spotters than you did, Jez.
Yeah, you did, mate.
Right, so let's talk about those Spartans again, because you have got the honour of travelling to the Aztecs this week, and that's Monday Night Football.
Oh.
Atlantic Redaction, only place to talk about Monday Night Football. Right, so when's the
Got
last
my
time
skull cap on. Going swimming.
When's the last time you lost to these boys, eh?
I'm not sure I ever remember losing to them, unless when I first joined and
Go. Let's take you back to those rebuild days.
I cleaned it out on the rebuild.
Season 31, season 30.
Back in the day.
God, was that rebuild all that time ago? Yep, so here we are. It's not been
The
a great.
32 was the last time I lost to them then.
Yep, 42-34. Here we go. So, going to repeat that pattern, I would say, looking at the way things are going. So Aztecs got a couple of wins this season. We won the 5 and the zip.
Yeah, they beat the Nighthawks and they won a 1-pointer against someone. Who did they win a 1-pointer against? The Islanders.
Yeah.
Beat the Islanders at home 27-26.
The Aztecs have conceded more points than anyone else apart from the Snow Bears. So I don't think the defense is up to much.
Yeah, and they actually lost to the Snow Bears last week as well.
Mm.
So, yeah, they're not even beating the rebuild team. So, not looking good. 17 points as a prediction. All sort of B's and C's injuries across the board there. So, I guess you're resting up some of those bigger injuries this time around, Jez. Makes sense.
The season D's I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Pandy will play though. He can play on a B.
Yeah. Right. So
I'm giving away my game plan here.
redacted. Right. I don't think there's much more to take a little look at. I just need that information to work out how many I'm sticking on this one. I'm going to go 45. 3. Jez?
Well, I wasn't bold last week, so I'm going to go bold this week. Let's go 52-10.
52-10. Matt?
48-17.
Right, there we go.
You've got to remember, there's going to be a couple of big, long plays from that quarterback who's receiver.
Yep, and maybe that game over offense will go in for Jez, and fourth quarter will be 17 points on there. Who knows? All right, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is our race to first game. So we've got the Warriors against the Stingrays. This is currently third draft pick against number 10, and I believe the Warriors are still.
I was going to say they haven't won a game yet, have they?
Yeah, they're the last team in the CFC without a win, so they could check into the first win incentive and go to the top of that, I think, if they win that.
Is it a bit surprising that Warriors haven't won a game? I mean, how many seasons has Rich been there now? Oh, they didn't go.
Mm.
Where did they go last year?
It's hard to tell because it's checked him in on the first time he was in the Atlantic, so he hasn't been there since season 13, season 33. So yeah, he's been there a while.
Fifth season.
Yeah, drafting steadily. Nothing big in trades at all. So 5 seasons in, would probably like to pick up that first win incentive, I would have thought.
I would have thought.
He might wait until Islanders in week 8. Have they got Islanders in week 8?
Could be, yeah.
Or the home game against the Stingrays in week 9.
Well, it looks like for the next few weeks we'll be able to follow that journey because we'll be talking Monday Night Football and he's got the next 3.
Football. Look at that.
He's got the next 3 Monday Night Football games. So here we go. We'll have to rename this section to Let's Follow the Warriors to first overall.
Monday Night Warriors.
Monday Night Warriors, yeah. We'll have to put that in as a section as we go through from this week to week 9. Yeah, that's some crazy scheduling to manage to pick up 7th, 8th, and 9th from last season. Crazy. So yeah, potentially Islanders, or even potentially might have a better chance of Stingrays again week 9 because he will be at home.
I want to leave it as late as possible.
Yeah.
There isn't much competition. There's a lot of people that won this year, isn't there?
Yeah, he's the last on that side. I think there's only, is it 2 left on the MFC side? Nighthawks and Spitfires. So, as we've done before, race to first. What do we think the punting game's going to be like in this one?
What's the spread anyway? Thought we.
Spread is 9 to the Stingrays.
On the Stingies.
Oh, here's another G injury sitting on a team.
There's a lot of G's this year.
Does seem to be quite a few, doesn't there?
There does seem to be a few more.
Oh, blame VAR.
Hey, we're getting rid of that with a bit of luck.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We don't have to just complain about referees sat at TV screens anymore. We can go back to just abusing the man in the middle. Right. So yeah, this looks like a starter before it was picked up by G. That's not good. You don't like to see that, do you? Right. So there we go. Spread of 9. Race to first. I think it's going to be pretty standard. I think this. I'm gonna take a punt on this one first. See what I did there. See what I did.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be pretty
very
standard.
good.
I think we're talking 8v7 on that one.
I'm going to go. It's a high-scoring game because both defenses are terrible. So let's go 5 to the Warriors, 3 to the Stingrays.
Jizz.
I'm going to go 6-2.
Oh, all confident on Stingrays moving the ball. Interesting. Right. Well, we'll see how we go there. Right, on to the games that we found that we thought would be the most interesting one. So game of the week for us, I think, is that one at the bottom, isn't it? So let's finish on that one. Let's have a look at the this is the Heroes, right? Snow Bears, Heroes, same helmet, but I think this is the Heroes, right? So Heroes against Generals. Here we go. Right. Division decider, I reckon, here, right? Because if the Heroes win this one, they have pretty much got it locked in, I think. Yeah, because Generals are on 3 wins. Heroes.
And the Generals stop Do and Minty.
Yeah. What's his pass defense? 20th, 999 yards.
Yeah, it might be 999.
Yeah, what was the last matchup for these? So last
They're
season,
like a blitz on 3rd down, Generals.
Oh.
Should be a good game. Home field advantage.
The Heroes' defense looks quite weak against the pass, or is that because nobody's even tried to run up against them?
Yeah, it's deceptive like that sometimes, isn't it? Depends which style of teams they've played.
Yeah. Who have they had?
They haven't got 220 level 20 DTs, Matt.
Yeah,
I haven't got 2 level 20 DTs.
I mean, if we look at that, so we've
No,
got.
he popped, didn't he? Level 24 now, aren't they?
Yeah,
There isn't actually a lot of teams that's run the ball against them, is there? If you look at it, Sun Devils aren't a running team. Lions are Stallions at the moment. Sterling's usually been 50-50 team, but they're weak this week.
Walkbacks out.
Brockton's all pass.
yeah. There's not many teams there with a decent record that they've gone up against there yet either as well. So this could be a challenging one. We got a bit of rival status on each of them as well. So that always seems to throw an element of mystery into these. Heroes are the only ones carrying injuries in. Big game.
If Heroes can win this, they're in good position for the number 1 seed.
Heroes win this, they are number 1 seed. Well, they've got the Generals again in week 9, but that's at home, so.
Yeah.
And they'll hope that you and Avalanche keep taking chunks out of each other.
Well, hopefully so. Hopefully so.
Stop the
We'll have
press.
to get Johnny on in week 8, win or lose.
Yeah.
But here we go. So
Come on, Johnny, on you come.
So stop the press. Steve is deploying his special teams play this week because it's a big game. What are we going to call that as? So my prediction is that will be the coordinator has managed to pull off fair catch, or what's the other one that's really disappointing when you see it and you think, is that it? Is that what I waited all season for? I think that is the worst, isn't it? Is that the worst thing on the special plays when you get that? It's the fair catch.
So disappointing, isn't it? Because it's a complete waste.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's my 99-yard kick return? And yeah, dearie me. So that'll be one for us to have a little check in and see how disappointing that must have been. When that
I love the way he's called it as well. I love the way he's written it. Just say, fuck it, I'm going to tell you I'm doing this week.
Yeah. It worked though.
No secrecy required there. Well, you can't plan against it, can you? So,
nah.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Managed to get Colin out of, get him into a war of words. It's so big. We had this as our key game. So there you go. I'd take your special teams play and raise it by key game, which actually won't activate because he's a team with a 5-0 record. So yeah, such a disappointment. Never mind. Right. Anyway, stats suggest Heroes have a small advantage, but that is negated by HFA for the Generals. Good luck. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I think once you put a bit of rival stuff in this and a bit of HFA, I reckon this could be same as last season. 3-pointer in it.
Right, ding dong.
Yeah, I am gonna go. God, look at me stepping forward every time this time around. I reckon.
I know, yeah, you're leading it.
Yeah, you're usually last.
Yeah, 35. Oh, sorry, wrong way round. I'm gonna back them Generals. It's gonna be 35 plays. 27. One score game. Ish. Right.
I'm going 31-28 in overtime.
Oh,
I'm calling it.
Oh, that sounds like you're going for a bonus point.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, there we go.
31-28 overtime.
How about you, Matt?
I don't think it's going to even be close. I think the Heroes are going to Murdering. I'm going to go 45-17.
45-17.
On the road at the Generals
Yeah.
That's strong.
with the big purple star. Are you sure?
I obviously I hope they don't do it, but I think they're more stronger than the Generals. But myself,
Right, there we go. Matt's called another big one there. We doubted him last week. We can't doubt him this week. We'll just have to see if it comes to fruition, and if not, we can murder you next week about it. Right. So last one we move on to game of the week. Game of the week. Redcoats against the Outlaws. This could be deciding who's going to take this division. One of the big ones towards that. We've got number 1 defense playing number 2 defense. Got number 3 offense playing number 7 offense.
more interestingly, on the rivalry status, the coach are a rival against disliked. Does that make a difference? Never remember what happens with rival.
So
Ask me.
So that should mean that the Redcoats are cooked up a little bit more than this than the Outlaws are.
Oh.
But whether it's going to make a big enough difference, I don't know.
So the Redcoats are more motivated, but the Outlaws will go around slashing their tyres or something
Yeah,
because they don't like them.
yeah, they'll maybe spin a few more towels at the sidelines or something like that. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? God, there's another G injury on the
Another one.
on the view.
Maybe they've turned them up. Maybe they've turned them up this year.
Spooks. That's what James said.
Yeah, Skooks
Maybe
and
they've turned them up.
Fooks and Skookum.
Good pass protection, 97 and 98. These boys can block it. 14% pass rush as well for the old Redcoats.
Yep, pretty even on the start position as well. So special teams look about the same. Ish, give or take 4 yards. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty even game. 6 is the spread call towards the Outlaws for this one.
Couple of linebacker injuries there for the Outlaws. Nothing much of any note for the Redcoats. Outlaws will be favourites, but this Redcoats team is a good team. Who did they lose to in the season? Redcoats.
I can't remember. I mean, Outlaws was the Avalanche, wasn't it? In the interconference week.
Sonics.
Sonics.
They lost that game to the Sonics, yeah.
10-6.
Right.
I think it could be a close game, but I think there's enough there for the Outlaws to still take that. I think.
Dan's Brad. Brad's running back is a power back, or is he
I
back?
think Pippa is up the middle.
He's got 2, hasn't he? Hasn't he got a line and a wide?
He has, but he hasn't really been playing down. I traded over to him. I don't think when I looked.
89 carries, 331 yards.
And he plays I formation, I think, or 3 wide I or something.
Maybe he's been holding him back.
Maybe he was injured.
Holding him back, waiting to bring him out It's like, oh yeah, I see you running up the middle. I'm gonna double down on the middle, and then he's like, boom, down round the outside. See you later. Right.
No,
I've probably lost my
outside backer injured. Maybe.
Probably. Yeah, let's have a look at that linebacker actually. Did he he's a
Is he a
starter.
starter?
He is a starter, yeah.
I don't know. Is he a starter or is he special teams?
Started 3 so far this season.
That's probably been injured then.
Where did he pick up? Oh, I see. It's all over the place, isn't it?
Fuchs is a starter.
So he's a starter. He's showing as a G on the pre-game, but it's actually an F. Not that it makes much difference on this, because whether it's 100% or 75%, he's still probably going to be sat there, right?
This is what I'm saying. I don't think the injuries are fake regardless.
It's an F on his roster.
Yeah, still a little bit all over the shop. So,
How do you game plan? How do you game plan? If you've got one that's a B or a C, do you play them or?
Yeah.
If they're showing as a B and one's a C,
yeah.
You play your Bs, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but if it's if he's actually a C, showing as a C on one bit and a B on the other, what do you do?
Yeah.
The 2 Cs that he's got on his corner and his inside linebacker were both special teams, I think.
I think I'm ready to call this one. Oh, wow, look at me. Confidence up front.
You are straight in there tonight, aren't you?
I am. Yep, so I think
you knocked back a can of Prime before you came on or something?
I feel like I should.
Anybody tried that stuff?
It's
disgusting.
Oh, no. My kids said it. They've gone past that phase already, so thank God. But yeah, no, I did just have a coffee before I started, so maybe that's what I've got this. Kev, let's go. So yeah, 21-17. I'm going to call on that one. The Outlaws having enough at home. Who's going next?
This is going to be 27-all.
It's a tie game for Jez.
After overtime.
Jez, the fence, Schofield.
I can't get past the fact that the Redcoats didn't beat the Sonics, so I'm going to go 10-21.
10-21.
Sonics are decent, Matt. Sonics are decent.
I know, but the Redcoats should have got past them. If they're going to challenge the Outlaws, they needed to have got past them.
Yep. Right, there we go. So there's our little predictions for week 6. So just to finish off this week, we're going to have a little look at the standings and see where we are midway, and take that privilege of seeing what half a season looks like, and now we'll do our bold predictions.
One thing, sorry. MFC, the playoff teams are already known, I think.
Okay, go for it. Which ones we say?
Well, the MFC, you got the Blues, the Sonics, you got the Outlaws and the Redcoats, you got the Spartans and the Razorbacks. What order they'll come in, who knows? But they're the 6 teams that are going to be playing in the playoffs. MFC.
Writing off the Rapiers already.
Yeah. It's a 2-game lead, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Blues and Sonics and the Outlaws and Redcoats have still got to play each other, haven't they?
Yeah, but I think they're that far clear. I'm calling it. I'm calling they're the playoff teams for
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's the first time. It's the first time I've seen it in a while where you're right, Matt. You can look at this like week 5 and go, do you know what? I don't think there's any surprises coming here. This is it. I don't think we've seen it like that for a long time. To have that kind of, that clean split of these are the teams making it, and actually everyone else is a write-off already.
I think the only big change that's happened is with the Rapiers, because after week 1, when they put up 50 points and we were all going core, they're looking, they look tasty. And they're not, turns out they're not quite so tasty.
No, we get back to what they were on the predictions. Like most of the teams, they were bang average. So, yeah, I mean, that first game against the Aztecs, the Aztecs have been making a lot of the teams look that good this season.
Mm.
So, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Who do you think is going to take that number 1 seed then, Matt, out of what we got there? We got 2 5-0 teams there.
Razors are taking it. You see the Razors schedule. Razors are going to walk that.
So we got the Bay Bears, Mariners, Meerkats, Bay Bears, and the Comets.
Rebuilding. Meerkats rebuilding. And then Comets will probably give them the best game.
Yeah.
But they're at home to the Comets. So
yeah.
10-0 is theirs to lose. But against a few rebuilding teams, they've got an opportunity to put up some more points there. And they're 45 points ahead of us already. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's looking solid for him again. We're sure. Second half looking like Aztecs, Snow Bears.
We've got to go to the Blues.
Yeah. So that is the one game really there, isn't it? Everything else is pretty much how many can I
You should
put
be
up?
able to pile a lot of points on some of them teams, though, shouldn't you?
We should do. We're scoring okay, and the defense is doing all right as well at the moment. That game against the Blues will be the key game.
I might have to
I think
go
your
back
toughest test, Jez. I think your toughest test is in week 10. So
Yeah,
you playing all your backups.
depending, the test will
Greg
be
Scott, and I
the
still
test
think
will
you're
be on Greg's front as to how much he offers me.
Well, if coaching keeps going the way it's going at the moment, then I might trade you out a first round draft so I can have another 3 weeks of coaching to catch up. See how it goes. It might actually be worth it.
I'm expecting you to offer me a sister or something.
If I had one, I would. But
One careful owner.
Do you know what though? I'm looking at your results this season so far. Do you think you get past 38 points this week?
That is consistent, isn't it? I hadn't even noticed that. That is consistency beyond belief.
So yeah, maybe.
Has anyone predicted 38 points for our game this week? It's Monday Night Football.
I don't think so. I think we've gone deep, haven't we? On the.
Can I set a game plan to go to 38 and then shut down?
Matt's gone 48, which was the one before the 38 kicked off. So
I think your finger slipped. It was a 3, Greg.
it's a 3, was it? Right. 38, 17. Yeah, we'll see. Right, okay. So I think we know what we've got. We feel reasonably confident on that number 1 seed then, and we're locked in on that side of things. So CFC, what we think
Magpies
around
look like they've got that division, as do the Heroes. Well, depending on this, it's a massive game.
It is, yeah.
This week, that Heroes Generals. If Generals can win that, then it's game on. If Heroes win it, it's game over.
Yep, definitely. And then we've got the Kings.
Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers and the Kings. Oh, the Kings. Every time they turn up and that predictions are good, and then we realise that actually he's still strutting around in invisible clothes. Everyone going, do you know what? look at my threads and everyone going, do you know what? That team looks pretty good, you know. Actually, nothing there again. 2 and 3. Oh dear. Tigers running away with it again. 4 and 1. And what have they
And then there
got
was the
this week?
CFC West.
So they've got the Tigers this week, but they're out there. So I don't see them winning that. Prove me wrong, Clay. And then Stingrays, that should be something they could pick a result up in. Maybe they get the
Away at
return.
Magpies, tough game.
Yeah, and we'd definitely put that down as an L. L. Maybe 2 more losses. 5 and 5 at best, I think. I'm feeling for the Kings.
You seen the stats on the Magpies returners? They're both over 50 yards on kick returners at the moment.
Are they? That's mad. Right. So yeah, let's get down to CFC West. This is where all the big boys were this time in the CFC. Dave's been absolutely ravaged, as we've already kind of touched on. Let's just see it in all its glory.
Oh,
Look
look
at
at that.
Oh,
GGG.
yeah. I almost feel like G shouldn't even be yellow boxes. They should just be black boxes with white writing in that just say RIP.
It should be, a skull and crossbones.
Yeah.
That's horrific. 3 Gs are bad enough, but you chuck a D and an E in there as well, and it's like, what did he do in a previous life to deserve that?
Yeah. And those Gs aren't even special teamers. Those 2 at the bottom, they're starters. Oh.
And of the injuries that he had previously, only 2 of them recovered this week. Or 3 of them. He only had 3 recoveries this week.
Well, didn't he? We don't know yet.
Some of them did recover, and then they didn't recover, Jez.
Well, yeah.
That's the
Who
trouble.
Because that DT right hand got his G in week 3, and he hasn't recovered in either of the last 2 weeks, seemingly. He's dead. He's actually dead.
One of them ones where if you get a G, actually, perhaps it should be, that's the end of the season. They can't play again this year.
Yeah, he's done.
That wasn't actually his name at the start of the season. That is just that's all that's left of him. It's just the right hand. That's all that's left of him. It's like watching. Was it Thing, the one from Adam's Family? Is that the hand, or is that?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
It's a critical head injury, so it's decapitation potentially.
Yeah, it's just a head sat on a bench.
Yeah. On a spike.
Yeah, that's not good. That's the worst I've seen in a very, very long time, if not ever, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I can't remember a team with 3 Gs before.
I've never seen 3 Gs, I don't think.
No. First, if I was D, I'd be throwing a fit.
Yep, congrats, Dave. You've won the first injury incentive this season, and your prize next week will be another G.
But it's okay because he's got a nice, easy run of fixtures now.
Yep. Avalanche twice, Magpies, Sharks and Stallions. That'd be a reasonable run out for his rookies and his backups if that's the way he's going. But
after having to play Redcoats 3 games in a row, Redcoats, Stampede, Avalanche, and he gets it a little bit easier with Sharks and Stallions, and then Buckham with the Avalanche and the Magpies.
Yeah.
With them injuries, could the Sharks beat them potentially?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if.
I mean, Alex wants to win.
Yeah, does Alex want to win? Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, 5 and 5 at best, I think there. Which when you look at it and that injury list, is still a good, reasonable record, considering.
In that division, it's the toughest division in the league at the moment.
Yeah.
No question.
And then we got, what do you got left, Matt? You got the Sharks this week. Then you got your key
Rules
game against
away.
the Avalanche. That's going to
Rules
be
away is the one I'm like, yeah, I don't like.
Generals away, do you say?
Yeah, I don't fancy that one that much.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you're winning away games now.
I know that's the one I think could see me beating the Avalanche and then flipping losing to the Generals.
Oh, there we go.
I'd be
He's
very
gonna beat the Avalanche. He's gonna beat the Avalanche, but then it'll blow up the following week.
If you get 2 Gs on your defensive tackles, oh,
Yeah.
and champagne.
Oh, he's bloody useless. He's not done anything this year.
Anything could happen. Everything could happen this season with injuries by the looks of it. And then Johnny's
He's a
run
corner,
in.
mate. All corners are useless.
So yeah, Anacondas twice. And so, Dave's season's gone. So that's 2 W's there. The big game Stampede. And he's got the Barbarians, who just seem to have not been the same team they have been over the past couple of seasons. So that should be a win. And the Sun Devils. So yeah, it's going to come down to that week 7 game. It's going to be a doozy.
Who can score the most points to get the division title? Yeah.
So there we go. There's a quick run around. So let's have a little look at a bowl prediction then. What are you feeling, Matt, on that? Where are you going to go? Who are you going to lock in?
We're locking us.
So you're going to lock in the Stampede. Versus
Razorbacks.
There we go. What are we going to do? We're going to do a score, or we're going to do a spread?
Do a spread.
Let's do a spread. So are you
Because I'm going to stick with my original prediction at the start of the season.
I'll back myself by 3. I feel goal kicker will score in the last minute and actually turn up and actually kick a field goal.
He's not going to be in the toilet this time. Going
redemption.
I don't need to.
You're going to get redemption in a
kicker redemption. All right. Remind me, Jez, what was your prediction?
Mine was Stampede by 10 over Razors.
Right. Okay. So I am going to go with.
You missed out the 10.
Oh, did I? Got that in there.
And I'm not on a sticky either.
Oh, it's there. It's just a little bit. Yeah, magic. Hang on. Come on. Where are you? Oh, it's not going to play goal. Not going to play ball. There we go.
Oh, look at that. I'm happy now.
Right. So.
Although my font is smaller than Matt's, I'm not happy about that.
Right. I am going to go with. This is where I think it's going to be. Yeah.
You got fat font, Matt.
I think this is going to be your season, Jez.
Oh.
I think you've got. We get into the playoffs, then we're talking. This is where experience comes in, not coach experience, but player experience. And I think you've got this team together for quite a while now, haven't you? And been building on top of it. So I'm going to say it's Avalanche.
Picking this up. Oh, Avalanche. Stampede aren't even making the bowl in Greg's world.
Oh no, Avalanche versus Stampede. That's just next week. Spartans. Another brain fart. I'm going to have you by 3 in OT.
Yes. Epic.
Just to, and that's gonna be the result that cements Avalanche into the record books up there with the Buffalo Bills on how many bowls they can make on the trot and still not win it, no matter what. And that'll be based off of a really hard conference game against the Stampede, where the Avalanche will come through as winners, but will finish this season off by picking up 10 Gs in that game, which means that the Spartans are basically playing the backups. But yeah,
Looking at
there
him
we
still
go.
win by 3.
Yeah,
I'm all right. I'm all right with your world, Greg.
yeah.
I'm all
I
right
think
with that.
I don't know. I just the way that those the injuries seem to be playing out this season, for whatever reason. I reckon we could get into a bowl game where we're going to have one of those ones where actually it's not the kind of lineup that you think to yourself you would have liked to seen, because you're going to have teams going into it with enough niggles there just to sway things enough to even it up a little bit more. So yeah, and I think in the playoffs, Razorbacks ran well through the season last season. They were 10-0 last season, and then playoffs turned up, and then they got into the real deal stuff, and it didn't go their way for them. So I think it's where that experience really starts to show through.
It can fuck you up massively. I mean, all it will take is for a serious injury, an E or I mean, even a D on your quarterback in the conference game, and then you're fucked for the bowl.
Yeah.
So, or unless you're a heavy running team, then you may a chunky injury on your lead back, and it completely changes the complexion of it by just from one game to the next. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. But yeah,
But that's life. That's football.
it is, and it wouldn't be the first time. It won't be the last time. I think, yeah. And in these instances, I think sometimes although it's a real bitch for the team at going in there and got that injury, but then you think sometimes you're like, you don't want a bowl game to be a complete blowout. You want to sit and watch a game that actually does go down to OT, and you can, imagine those coaches sitting there and throwing things through windows at certain points in the game, just where they feel like they're pulling away, and then all of a sudden there's 2 fumbles go against them, and then they're back behind again, and blood pressure going through the roof. So yeah. Anyway, there we go.
Indeed.
There's our bold predictions. Let's see if that comes through, or if they're just as shit as all the other predictions we seem to make throughout the season, with our vast amount of research that we do on these things.
I can make
Right.
a prediction on that,
No, I'd rather
and
you didn't.
it'll be pretty accurate.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more experts on, and then hopefully that will cover up how lacking the 3 of us are on any kind of knowledge whatsoever.
I want to
Yeah.
do the Aussie version even more now, just so that I can see all of the hospital beds behind Dave Smart.
Yeah. That I
All
almost
of
feel like
the IV.
I almost feel like I don't want to reach out to Dave just in case he is actually jinxed, and it turns out that any kind of interaction that he tries to get going with Gridiron actually does end up in injury, and so I don't want to get him booked on a call and actually injures himself trying to get to it or something like that. So yeah, but yeah, I will try and get it done. We'll see if we can put something together next week. I've got a few busy evenings next week, so we'll have to work out schedules and see if we can get something done at some point. But if not, then we may not be back next week, but the following week we will be.
And genuinely, if anyone else in the Atlantic wants to come on, please don't feel as though if you've not been personally invited, you can't come on. Just drop any of the three of us a line and you're in. It's as easy as that. There's no selection process. Hence why me and Matt got in.
Yeah. If there were background checks, Matt never would have made the list. So
There
yeah.
really is no criteria that you have to meet. So yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, good one. And one other thing before we go, it's very disappointing we didn't get any entries for painting Matt's helmet. So we need to see if we can get that one sorted out before the playoffs. See if we can get the Stampede into some kind of helmet design going into the playoffs, so that if Matt doesn't make the bowl, he can blame it on the hijinks of new helmet and not
Jockey and
having
helmet behaviour, Matthew. You
and
haven't
not
even got a bloody neck roll, let alone design. You need a neck roll as well.
It's been bland. I mean that's literally been that was the Rough Riders kit when I first took on. Yeah,
Yes,
and
it was.
that has been the Stampede kit ever since you went there. You've put as much effort into that as we put into the research before every one of these episodes. So if you're not going to do it, we need to get somebody else to step up, don't we? So let's see what we can do. Right. So I think that's it. Are we done?
So if anyone wants to have a go on Matt's helmet, just feel free.
Yeah.
He's open. You're open to that, aren't you, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No background checks needed for that either. We're all offers
Actually,
accepted.
probably the fewer background checks, the better in that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. On that lovely note, we'll say good night. Thanks for watching. See you later, fellas.
Cheers, chaps.